once again to Mearachd. Episode... Oh, shit. Episode I forgot.
Episode shit.
Episode
That's my least
26.
favorite
This is episode shit. You know what's happening today, guys.
Marvel Collector's Editions, which we're proud to sponsor this show. We're not anymore, knowing that
Knowing that it's shit. Alright. Well, this is episode 26. Not shit. Oh, how did we get here? How did we get here?
Somebody dropped trowel.
So last time, we had just finished off the Venedemons and their friends, and we were able to retrieve the key. So Kandor went to the basement and used the key, and it reversed the stairs to make the stairs go down. And inside was a room filled with all kinds of books, alchemical items, magic items, and inside there was a large book that he was really happy to see. Brianna was looking around at the books on performances, of which there were many. Erasmus was looking at books on spell components. Kandor wrote something on the cover of his book, which said "Call me" and his name. Brianna realized that the book that Kandor was happy to see was a lot like Antaeus's from her previous group. Nikolai detected magic and saw a specter of the necklace on Brianna, and a tether going towards Sierra Savant. Brianna was looking for books on dream communication, but didn't find any. Erasmus found a book on horsepower. And we finally found out what horsepower is. Kandor also was wondering why Hadhup hasn't returned. So he takes his book and he went upstairs with the party. And it turns out that Kent and Hadhup weren't there. Kent did not want to enter the home of the Avatar because it's basically forbidden. And he had taken Hadhup to a gruesome sign that was talking about all the ways in which bad things would happen if you trespass on this land. And so we spent a lot of time trying to convince Kent to go inside the house. Kandor eventually went downstairs and used his book to put a message in Kent's evil book that was it's cool. So Kent agreed to go downstairs, and he gave us items from his book. Most of us got necklaces except for Brianna, a cloak, rings, a campsite of screen, and pants to prepare us for the next mission. We're basically kind of on this scavenger hunt. We're trying to collect these items, but we can't know too much about it in case we're captured or our minds compromised somehow. Our first item is going to be in North Point. The land is owned by the Landshark Mining Company. It'll be in some tunnels. We're to speak to the... it's got the remains of Kandor's former hideout, and we're supposed to speak to the Gold Formian. He also gave Brianna and everyone else except for Constog, because he doesn't really know druidic magic, a spell scroll, and he gave Erasmus a book, Your Item and You. He also said that when we're going towards towards the tunnels, to go straight. If you feel like you're going down, to turn around and go back up. We rested for 3 days to recover from our last battle, and Constog received a message from Niev and recalled some memories from her past life.
Okay, good recap. So the party prepares to venture off to the north, through the mountains, on to North Point. What is your plan for travel?
Oh man, us and travel.
I know, it's what this party's good for, right?
Anybody have any thoughts? We don't have horses. If only we had somebody with some kind of magical Pegasi, as opposed to the non-magical Pegasi.
I feel like stuff always happens during my watch, so maybe we change the order of watches, see if that helps.
I say you just act like you're on watch the whole time, and then, you know, it'll just really save time.
Is there any chance of us finding some eagles to take us to North Point?
Oh, yes.
Yes, Frodo, there is.
Yeah, which member of this party is Gandalf?
Could
Something
we
of all
find
the things I have
horses and a cart?
Not here.
Of
could
all
probably,
the tropes of Lord of the Rings that I have been inflicted on, that is the one that has never found its way into anything I've ever done.
You know that there are technically carts without horses now over at the Shrine of the Ape.
But how does the cart help us if we don't have horses to pull it?
Just
Well, if we'd learned about horsepower, we'd have figured it out by now, but, you know.
We did learn about horsepower.
Yeah, but not enough, and not soon enough, so, oh well.
I don't know why you're so salty. I didn't care at all. I just looked it up out of curiosity.
Well, apparently you did care. So you should have invested more since you're already a heretic, but it's okay.
Well, I'm sure your book has something about it in it.
I don't.
Would you like
suppose
me to
anyone-
look?
I'm not interested in looking, but you're free to.
I don't suppose anyone has like a spell that could like summon some horses. Do they?
No, I don't do summoning. I have it. I've never done it.
Well,
good thing nobody has some sort of four-legged animal in the party. That is.
How well could Kotri even pull a cart with all of us on?
I don't know actually. Let's look at this real quick. So we look at
How
stags.
much horsepower does a stag have?
None, because it's a stag. It has stag power.
Well, we gotta do unit conversions again.
Well, the standard horse has 14 horsepower.
So we just need to
Kotri
figure
is
out how
the
to
size of
convert
the
it into
standard horse.
stag power.
Isn't much, because usually stags are either just standing around eating or running for their lives.
So theoretically, hold on. Oh no, this is the opposite. This is how to use a cart to pull a deer.
What?
That works.
It's for people who are hunters.
So then we
Oh,
transform all together into one deer, and then she can pull us.
Yeah.
Let's just turn invisible and it won't matter.
are there wild horses around here anywhere?
You could try to find some wild horses. You are out in the plains.
But none of them will drag me away.
Better than continuously doing it.
I was just thinking perhaps
The Sunday's
Dog
version
might be able to
version.
convince a couple horses to pull our cart.
Yeah. Do you want to try to hunt down some horses?
Well, don't say hunt them down. Then they're
There's
just
such thing as dire
leave.
horses, and we'd only need one.
And why haven't we seen one of those? Their animal was a template you could add on to something.
Yep, it still is technically, if I remember right. But there are no dire horses. I have magically influenced horses, which are something that actually you probably don't want to have pulling your cart because they don't want to
But
listen
we
to
are
shit.
in dire need of a horse.
Stop
so
that.
That kind of counts.
Stop that. You're also in dire straits, but you're not the Sultans of Swing, so...
Respect you for going Sultans of Swing.
Nope, I'm going with salt and the string. That's
That
a thing
too.
now.
Some real acoustic alchemy there. Anyway,
But yeah. So what are some of the options? What are some of the options you want to pursue? That is the phrase I was looking for.
Find a werewolf and get him to bite a horse.
Are there any like
Save a
is
horse,
there-
ride a cowboy?
Would Hadhup have anything that would be attractive to a horse for us, like convince them with like food?
Headhup finds horses to be rather delicious, so he can help you lure in a horse if that's what you want. He can help you get some like horse lure.
I was thinking more along the lines of like sugar cubes or something.
No, so there's not a lot of stuff here. So remember, the resources here are still pretty low because he's got to grow a lot of the food. So there's not like more specific things. He's been kind of taking things and turning them into something more. Whoa! Why did you just drop in there? Dire Sloth, no.
Come on!
We would get there eventually in 10 years with the dire sloth.
Well, it's a dire sloth that might be faster.
Speed 15. If it was going up a mountain, it would move much faster. It would move normal speed.
Yeah.
All right. How about some real solutions here? So there is no way to. There's no. He doesn't have anything that would help you lure in a horse.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Okay. But we could still maybe try and find some wild.
I mean, yeah. If you're, it would be really helpful if your party had like a druid or something that could help with that. But
so much effort on this druid. Why are we always, making this druid interact with animals?
Yeah, gosh.
I don't even know the druids like animals. So if you want, you guys can try to hunt down a horse or a few, or you can choose not to. Your choice.
All right, let's do some
Horse hunters.
Yeah, let's. Who else has animal handling? How many people have animal handling as a?
I have a
skill with
negative
points in it?
skill point in that. If you want me to chase them away.
Please do not.
Nikolai gets by them and they run away when Nikolai is within 50 feet. Negative horses have a negative reaction. I definitely have no animal.
I'm not
handling
trained
skill.
in it, but I do have like passive.
No, it sounded like there was one person who said they had some animal handling and some like nature empathy stuff. And actually, I think you trade that part out, right? Do you lose the?
The character traded it for the ability to summon undead.
Definitely did not do that. It's not on the sheet.
Yeah, so I think you traded that out, so you just have handle animal.
Yeah, which I'm super great in. Better than everyone else, I guess.
Yeah, I would say it'd be real hard.
You
Doesn't take much.
could always hoof it. It's only about 200 and some odd miles. It'll only take you about
Let's
20
walk
days
it.
to get there.
Yeah,
Let's
nothing
walk it,
bad
guys.
could
I was gonna say,
possibly happen in
surely
that 20
nothing
days.
bad.
Can we call an Uber?
Yeah, but
Influence platinum.
unfortunately, there's no roads out here, so
Actually, I should have wild empathy, so that means I just didn't put it on the sheet.
it doesn't get replaced by one of your class abilities from your.
I'm looking at the class abilities, and it doesn't show it as replaced.
Try it out. I mean, we can't.
Well, first you have to find them. They don't just show up. There's not like.
There's always that.
Right.
There's always.
Which
that.
means you have to travel out on foot. You guys want to travel out on foot searching for horses?
We
Do
do.
you know
because,
anything about the area where there may be horses?
Yeah, so around the area, there are some creatures. There are quite a few scorpions. Scorpions are like a common thing to run into out here. In these
No.
in these lands, you'll also find that there's the occasional onkeg.
What? Onkeg?
Onkegs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They are giant acid-spitting, like, multi-legged bug creatures. There are some big cats, like cheetahs, and the occasional, like, I guess hyenas aren't really cats. They're, like, dogs more so.
Also, what kind of climate is this? There are cheetahs here?
Yeah, there's cheetahs here. It's very warm.
Okay, so what about the horses I asked about?
There are horses around here. There's also pegasi and really big ants. And some centaurs.
Oh, yeah.
Could the really big ants pull our cart?
They could if you could train them.
If we're gonna go, I say we go with the giants.
Okay.
Bad.
Oh, no. It's so wrong, it's right.
Charles and I make this joke a lot.
Whenever possible, yes.
I think that we should at least try and find some horses.
But
Are there
the
any
giants,
nearby settlements?
There are no nearby settlements.
the
Are there any
giants-
settlements between us and North Point?
No. Well, there's the capital city that's on top of the mountain. But in order to get in there, you have to use some, like, abnormal means. You can't just simply... You can try to climb the mountain, but that's a rather dangerous journey. Most people either teleport in or take some sort of flying magic in or some other means of getting up there.
Yeah, I suppose if we could teleport or fly in, I guess it would kind of take care of the need for horses.
All are afraid to hoof it. I don't understand.
Because we don't have
No,
20 days.
I'm thinking about how we can have giants pull these carts. That's all I'm thinking about.
We don't have any sugar cubes to hold out in front of them.
I know that's what works on horses too. So we're kind of
Yeah, but we have the giants. We just don't have.
You
the
don't
sugar
have
cubes.
either of these things. You have carts.
Okay, we can hold the carts out in front of the giants. See
We
if
could
they'll eat
take turns.
those.
we could take turns pulling the carts. Two of us at a time. pulling
We
the
can just
carts.
put the carts one in front of the other and attach them all to each other.
How much
Get
horsepower?
the cart.
How much
We'll
horsepower
just
does
get
a
the
cart
carts to
have?
pull themselves.
How horsepower does a cart have?
I don't know. Haven't had a chance to investigate. I can't find any books on the subject.
You found-
All right, let's. I guess we're probably gonna have to stick with stupid horses. Let's try to find some horses. How do you find horses? This is
Yeah,
in
we can't-
character.
Let's not get stupid horses though.
Okay, fair enough.
You have
Um,
party members that use their skills to search the wilderness for likely places that horses would be or where horses might be, and then they track them down, and eventually you either find horses or you don't.
get defeated by horses. Our first combat is us getting beat up by a wild horse. Stop hoofing me!
So yeah, if anybody with some ranks in survival would want to try to do some looking around for horses, yeah. So you, Constog, you and the rest of the party can journey out into the wilderness. Definitely not any danger in doing that. In search of wild horses to tame and to turn to your own.
Because that's a thing that only takes a couple of hours.
Anything's possible with wild empathy.
Anything's possible with magic. All right, well let's get to the real meat and potatoes here. Why I wanted you all to say we're leaving.
Yeah, let's get to those random encounters.
What? I would never do that to you guys, right?
30 large giant scorpions.
Not on episode should.
But yeah, you are traveling about, and can I get some perceptions from everybody during said travels? Ooh, yeah. Already got some good numbers showing up. here.
Hadhup is staying back with Candor, right?
Hadhup is most certainly staying back with Candor.
Got a big old 6. I am aware there are things around me, but what they are, couldn't tell you.
Move some things off of here. Was this on that? That must be on the GM layer. Yeah, okay. So, I saw some 20s and 22s. So, you are all kind of following Constog. Can I get you guys in a party formation going northward? and towards the center of the map. This way's north.
Yes, you said though towards the center of the map.
You should be you should be starting in the center of the map.
Oh, okay, so are we going this way and then facing that
You
way?
are going
Is that
this way.
Okay.
Where's the stag?
The stag is not on this map yet. Be patient with me. I will give you your animals when I decide you get to have animals.
Ooh.
Well,
Hatred.
all right then, sir.
Given to your hate.
Go over and get the animal, actually. There we go. 1 stag for with free delivery. Why are you all positioned to go southward? You're going northward. You should...
I don't know how to make my character face a different direction. I just realized that.
Right, but Konstag has to be leading the way. Like, there's a very important thing that's happening here, and that is Konstag has to be the one in front. So when the random encounters happen, Konstag is the one who gets to experience the random encounters firsthand.
Okay, so we've now put our... I see the stag, and I've bravely put myself...
I love this
behind-
straight line thing. All right. Good choice.
Are we supposed to be walking hand in hand? Is that the thing?
Just bunch up like all of you in circles around each other. That way, when I drop fireballs on you, it's great.
So he's dropping fireballs on us, is what he's saying. So nobody get to the center of the
Okay,
map.
so Nikolai cannot be out ahead. Konstag has to be in the front.
It's as we said, Nikolai gets anywhere within 50 feet of a horse, it's running.
That's it. That's where I'm at.
Okay. So I think there's one other thing I want to change up here before I unveil to you what your great perception checks have accomplished. And that is we're going to change Nikolai's token out with this other Nikolai token, one that fits in the square better.
Rude. Don't
It
dim
has-
my light just because it doesn't fit in your square.
Nikolai,
put Nikolai into a box.
Great.
And
Yeah.
then it is at this point that you will all notice that there is a rather large creature off to the east of you. It's kind of strutting around, doing its own thing.
One of them ants, isn't it?
It's
No?
a dire horse.
It's a
Ah,
dire ant.
why did it do this? That is not what that's supposed to do. Ah, I cannot get it to
A
scale.
dire buffalo? Like
No, it won't scale
a
properly.
water buffalo?
The
A
squishalo.
potato?
It does look like a potato. Stop squishing like that. Jesus.
Just chunky.
It's supposed to be a rhino, but it will not scale correctly because Roll20 is rude. Oh, thanks, Roll20. You're genius.
I think that means the rhino doesn't want to be here.
But yeah, there is
It's
a...
even worse now.
It's better
The
now.
rhino could pull the cart.
There is a rhino roaming about.
Oh my gosh, we could tame this. Isn't there a legendary rhino rider in the history of this?
There is a legendary rhino rider, Rezix the Rhino Rampage.
Wait, are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, Druid, do your thing. Tame this rhino. Point your magic Druid things at it and make it our friend.
We want to tame this rhino now?
Yes.
Actually, it would be closer to this tree because it's eating
When
some of the shrubbery.
life gives you rhinos, you make rhino aid.
What
It's
do we
the original
know about,
unicorn.
What do we know about rhinos?
They're unicorns.
Rhinos are usually pretty short-tempered, and usually
better.
get very aggressive if you get too close to them. And at this point, you're pretty close to one. Actually, you guys would be a little further back. I'm gonna move you guys a little further back, because it would have already advanced on you if you were that close. But you guys rolled high enough. So yeah, it's up here. It's eating the bushes off this this big tree, or eating some of the leaves off the big tree here.
It's just cold chilling, people.
But you know,
And then
typically they want to attack as soon as they see things get close.
Once again, I'll motion to Konstag, like, hey, do your thing. It's some animal.
Yeah, well, it's going to charge straight at us if
Yeah,
we get any
perhaps we
closer.
should just try and give it a wide berth. Like,
I mean,
It's pregnant.
I suppose. All right, let's give it a wide berth. Wild berth. Two.
That is appropriate.
That's where they all. That's where they all have birth.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys are not going to interact with the rhino. You're going to make your way around it and let it do its thing. Sad rhino face.
Yes.
Turns out it was a sentient rhino and was willing to help us.
Yeah.
It's like, hey guys,
It
what's
had
up?
the key. It had the key to the city the whole time.
My name
It
is
was around.
Ryanosaurus.
He was going to teleport all of us.
Ooh.
It's a blink rhino.
So some of you need to give me another perception check.
Oh,
Is
Lord.
Constog, give me another survival.
is there specific people that need to?
Oh,
Everybody
yeah,
should give me perception.
Okay.
Wait, nothing happened.
Yeah, you're way up at the top. You got a 17.
Oh, okay, good.
All right. Brianna and Nikolai. As you all start moving in as you all continue to follow the path of where you believe the horses to be, there is a much more frightening sight ahead. But you rolled
Rhinos.
exceptionally high there, Brianna. I'm gonna bring you guys a little further down the map here.
It's a Lanerian rhino.
You guys are technically off the map at the moment.
Cut off one horn and 3 grow.
Just trying to find. I had like a thing for this before, and I can't find it now.
Means it doesn't happen.
No, it definitely happens, because there's a good chance you all muck this up, and that's where the beauty happens.
Gee, thanks. So
And we're
much
gonna subdue
faith
this.
in us.
Then we're gonna subdue this rhino and make it a friend anyway.
I cannot find this to save my life. I guess I'll have to draw it out, but that will not be as good. There we go. That's actually what I'm looking for. There is a really big clump of dirt and other various things.
Ooh.
Ooh.
And everybody's favorite member of their families, ants.
Yay!
But not regular ants. Good old
Oh,
giants.
I wonder what kind they could be.
Let me see how many there are as you guys start to approach. It's a very, very good roll. So there are 6 of them kind of milling about the area at the time you get close. 4 out there. 5 and 6. All right. You found some giant ants. That was also a suggestion for propulsion.
What do we think?
Will these
Yeah, but we
things
no
try and
longer have the
murder us?
carts, right?
You just got to find a way to bring them back to the carts, right?
Will these things try to murder us?
So they don't really have like a real mind of their own. They just kind of do things, and if they think you're coming to attack the hive, they will try to defend the hive.
Yeah, if we avoid, they're easier to avoid than the rhinos because they're drones.
Are they Amazon Prime drones?
Mm-hmm. They deliver packages of goodness.
But yeah, you guys want to try to tame these giant ants? These giant ants, if you will? No?
Giants,
know.
if you will.
Hey, really, we only have to take and tame one ant. We can get the whole colony.
Just gotta find the queen.
Yeah. Shouldn't be any problem.
They're a little creepy.
All right, if you're not going to fight the ants, can I have...
Think about how much ant power we would have then.
Can I have another survival check and some perceptions?
We discovered the ant was in us all along.
Very nice. Brianna, you will notice first as you guys start to move into an area. There are...
Shouldn't there be some rolls where nothing happened?
Nah, that's
Oh.
not.
I mean,
in
not
this
when I
adventure.
rolled dice, apparently.
Not in this adventure. It's just encounter after another.
I promise you I have blanks on the sheet.
Steve believes in the Gary Gygax method. If you didn't roll an encounter, you're clearly not rolling right.
You will see a lot of horses.
Hey!
Are these like rabbit horses, or what's wrong with them?
They're were horses.
They have
They're
little...
horses by the light of the moon and rabbits by the light of day.
I'm trying to figure out the spells for that.
There are a lot of
Yeah,
horses.
I think we can do that by 5th level.
Oh.
That way we can carry them in our pouches.
There are too many horses now.
Oh Lord!
That's...
They look weird from this angle.
Yeah. Alright, there we go. That's about right. So yeah, there are a lot of horses just kind of grazing around the area.
Bizarrely uniform in color and
I know, right?
those.
It's almost like there's a limited number of horse models that people make.
They must be cloned horses.
Here,
Remember,
here,
we
will
just have to
this
sneak
help?
up low.
Will this help? I want to make sure I don't have people think that I'm being insensitive.
There's one black horse. Yeah.
No. I got my diversity quotas here.
We should get that horse and name it Beauty.
Here, let's add some of this though before the nationalists get to me. That better? Look at that diversity.
Because there's one fat horse.
And it's white. Is that going to be a problem that it's white? Should I have gotten a different one? Here, how about this as well? More
Do you have
horse
any,
diversity.
Altec horses.
Do you have any mechanical horses?
No, there are no
Oh,
mechanical
yeah.
horses. Well, there are, but not here. All right, so that's a diverse enough group of horses, even though that isn't the kind of diversity you would see in the plains.
Hey, Comstock, can you try and tame a couple for us?
Ooh, I like it.
Which ones?
I want
I
the
don't know.
dappled one.
Yeah, the
Whichever
painted
seemed
one.
most friendly and willing.
Particularly at least 2. A mating pair would be nice. Then we could take and make our own horses.
You just
thought
feed
you
each
said
of them a
they
carrot
would
and they
jump
make a
back.
baby horse.
I
Yeah.
think so.
If you leave them in the Pokemon daycare, they'll make an egg, and you'll have a horse.
Yeah, that's
No.
how horses are created.
Comstock, you just have to like put your hand to your head, right? And then you think, and then you like wave your arm, and you can like, like.
It's like Aquaman with the
Horses.
waves, like the telekinetic waves.
Yeah.
All right, if Constog, you want to try to use your wild empathy on these things, can I get you to give me a d20 plus your druid level plus your charisma modifier?
Oh,
Never
right.
had else more failed to understand relations with wild animals. You just kind of wave a druid at them, and then the animal is your friend.
I mean, that's
D20
honestly how
plus-
wild empathy works.
You just gotta pick the druid up by their ankles.
Plus what?
Plus your charisma modifier, your
You
level
just
plus your
swing it.
charisma
I'm
modifier
gonna
plus
swing
the
a druid
d20.
at this horse. Is it my friend now?
All right, they start off as indifferent. So I need to look at the diplomacy chart again. And I'm not on busy, so I don't have a quick and easy button to get there. Yeah, you'll slowly begin to approach, and one of the horses will start to get closer to you.
Ooh, name it Butterscotch.
Which horse are you trying to get?
One that
The
responds to the
dappled
name
one
Butterscotch.
first.
I don't know what dappled means because I don't horse. So someone.
The spotted
The
one.
colored one.
So this one over here.
Yeah.
All right. So you start to move
Good
close
choice.
to it, and it'll kind of turn as you start moving forward. Start moving a little bit closer to you.
It's
Turns
oddly
out
an Appaloosa.
Turns out it's the drug dealer of the horse group.
And it's like it lifts up its jacket. What are you buying? Sorry.
Tries to sell us a VCR.
No, it'll move closer to you, and it'll kind of like lean forward and sniff at you a little bit.
This is a magical moment. They've written many girls' books about this magical moment.
But it seems to be interested. You can
Convince it into slavery.
We're using the term domestic servitude.
Oh, we plan on paying it?
Yeah. And tasty carrots and lumps of sugar.
Trying to find the thing on how long this lasts. But I think it's exactly like diplomacy. It's not permanently, right?
You already
no, it's now sort of indifferent to you, so it doesn't get close to you and friendly. It definitely just kind of sniffs at you, but keeps its distance.
Is there anything I can do to make it more friendly?
Would it like a lemon cookie?
I don't think it knows what a lemon cookie is. Empathy is weird. No, it reads like it's supposed to be diplomacy. So you only get the one sort of attempt on each one to try to move its friendship level towards you. And in this case, you only moved it to indifferent, so it's not really going to be willing to be your personal slave for a few hours.
So what you do is you find another horse and you make it your friend and make the first horse jealous.
That's good. That's good.
The horse will trot away.
Alright.
Letting you know you're a failure.
And take two of its closest friends with it.
That's hilarious.
I will try for one of the dark horses.
Click on the one you want to try. Alright. That horse will... I need you to give me another wild empathy check. Yeah. This horse will kind of do the same thing. Come over, give you some sniffles, and then turn and go back.
You're just being dissed again and again by horses, one at a time. The entire, you know what I mean? The entire herd's just gonna come over, sniff you, judge you, and leave. Check out that druid over there. Isn't even trying.
I don't suppose Constag had memorized Speak with Animals today, had she?
Oh. No.
I was going to go with the BS line of, well, you know, Constag has a stag, so wouldn't that relate to horses? But then they're not related animals.
Nope.
So, in any way, so, other than being mammals. So that doesn't even work. Well, it's a good effort. I mean, we don't have the right tools to really train them. You know what I mean? We don't have food and all this stuff. You're really operating at a disadvantage on this. I don't want, I may be making jokes, but this is a tough way to just come up and I'm going to animal empathy this.
I think as you're doing this, by the way, this would kind of remind you, like, Niev would have been a lot better at this. Niev just kind of had a way of walking up to animals and having them just kind of be ultra friendly. This has never really been your sort of thing. Like, you've always been about trying to get the understanding of, like, how you get to this point with an animal or how, like, nature kind of clicks with things. Your sister just always had this, like, this thing where animals just kind of came to her. When you formed your bond with Katri, it was like a very special and unique thing, like the way that Katri found you.
Could I perhaps inspire competence and help her out a little bit
Which instrument are you going to try to do that with?
with my voice?
Okay. You can.
All right.
So do you want to give another try, Constag, on a different horse?
Let's see. I have to be within 30 feet, apparently.
Yep.
Come be with us in for servitude, wild creatures of the plains.
What
I'm
It's a
horse?
great song you sang, Brianna.
You're
don't know.
roaming free now, but come
It wouldn't.
pull our
Oh yeah, it is competence.
and we'll feast on your remains.
What horse do you want to try?
I'm singing "Come Little Horses" to the tune of "Come Little Children."
This one.
Okay. Give me one more check. No. It is at this point that all of the horses spook and run.
We did like better with the Venedemons than with the horses.
I'll just say to Constag, I'll say, I know you tried your best. It's okay.
Yeah, it was never really my thing. So I
Well-
shouldn't be too surprised.
It was a good effort. I mean, I could have gone out there, but I would have just had to magic missile them until they were stunned. That wouldn't have worked.
Let's not do that.
We could go back for the ants.
You're already some ways north. You could just keep going north.
So that would take us 20 days every couple of hours. I mean, we could run into every form of scorpion and every Pathfinder supplement. Well, unless we got something better, we may have to walk it until we bump into other horses and try to tame those and just have a whole entire adventure of attempting to tame animals.
Yeah.
But then what? We'd have to take and tame enough horses for us to ride. 'Cause
Well,
without a cart to pull.
it's out of our way, but could we possibly see if we could pick up horses at Fort Jericho?
How far out of our way is Fort Jericho?
So Fort Jericho. Go back to the map. Fort Jericho is like 100 miles, 130 miles away.
Yeah.
So by normal means, it takes about 10 days. You are very lucky to have run into Pegasi that brought you there much faster.
Well,
And there's no settlements anywhere nearby.
No. It's almost like
This
there
is
was
a
somebody who
theme of-
said, I didn't want my city, I didn't want his home to be anywhere close to anything else because that would be too close.
Wasn't that big of a town?
What an antisocial person. I'm just kidding.
He was. He was very antisocial.
Yeah, so I put him in the place for the most antisocial person ever. The middle of nowhere.
Well, we could just, I suppose, keep trying with horses. Only, like, we have a time limit, right? We have a little extra time, but we still need to be trying to...
You don't really know what the time limit is. No one has given you a specific number of days. No one has given you, like, there's nothing set in stone.
with your conjuration spells, Constag, can you summon animals that we can use as a mount? That's only for like an hour, right?
The
It's
minutes.
Not particular. Yeah. Okay.
The only real spells that give you horses in that way are spells like Mount, or the one that actually gives you horses that you can summon for the purposes of using to pull a carriage, which I don't remember
Spectral
the name
Steed?
of. There you go. Thank you.
Also, I think all the animals on the Summer Nature's Ally list are, at least the first two, are too small to.
He'd pulled
Too
by an
much work.
entire flock of eagles. Very slow. All right. We can try to charm some horses on the way. Fort Jericho is not really feasible. It would make things much worse, but
I think
Would-
we have to just keep going and see what we encounter.
Would Candor have had a scroll of Phantom Steed?
Of Phantom Steed.
Yeah.
Let me check something. It does not appear to be so. I can check one other thing he has, though. No, he does not.
I don't think it would have worked anyway. It said it could only be ridden by me. I was hoping. Or the caster, basically.
Yeah, there's another version of the spell, though, that I'm trying to remember the name of. I'm feeling really annoyed because I thought to myself I was never going to forget it.
Substitutionary locomotion?
No.
I just happen to have the spell on me.
It is a 3rd level spell, though.
it's funny. I was just looking it up. If we'd have thought about it, we could have, at the last leveling, could have taken communal mount. This would have cut this down. Didn't think of that.
I want to check
Oh.
something because maybe I can help you all out with this.
You know what would have been a good spell class for this kind of thing? Ranger.
Hmm.
Yep.
But I don't think any of us could have been rangers because they don't get casting till level 4.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because I wasn't allowed to take a hunter. Same thing.
You're all 5th level, right? Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
5th level and not able to figure out how to get places.
Well, I mean, there
Lucky
is
we
actually technically a way that you all could do this.
We carry each other on each other's shoulders.
Oh no, that only lasts for 1 round per level. Okay, never mind. I thought Dominate Animal lasted the same as Dominate Person, but it does not.
Boy, that's scraping the barrel. It's a good idea, but you know you're in bad scrape. How about
So,
dominate animal?
what about the person that teleported us at Fort Jericho? Is there a possibility if we went there that they might teleport us to North Point?
I mean, you're not really sure, right? Maybe,
And
but
then we've gone the whole way. Like,
Yeah.
That 70
you're
miles.
cutting the trip in half potentially if they are willing to teleport you. But if they're not willing to teleport you, then
Then we're fucked.
Yeah.
Well, you could potentially buy horses in Fort Jericho. I don't know. I say we just let Steve have his dream of all those random encounters and walk forward.
He's gonna get carpal tunnel from rolling all of those dice.
No, he won't. He's already got
He
a
already
script.
has carpal tunnel. It's fine.
I think he's already got a script.
no. I don't have a script.
It's scorpions every night.
I pre-roll my saves in combats at Gen Con. It drives people crazy, but it saves time.
Yeah.
I don't see another way if we're not going to be able to really tame a wild horse. I don't really want to go out of our way to go to Fort Jericho, but at the same time, it's like, I guess we could, I don't know.
Maybe we'll meet like a magical forest ranger named Tom Bomb Tombadil, and it'll be
We could beat his ass. Hate Tom Bombadil.
most overrated character. Overrated.
Oh, thank you so much.
I think we should just start hoofing it and hope for the best. Let luck be our guide.
I think so
That's-
too.
You mean let the ape shall provide?
The eight
There's a
shall
loud
provide.
audible sigh from Erasmus.
Maybe Kent can go pray to the Shrine of the Eight for horses to appear for
And then
us.
we'll have giant scorpions that try to sting us or something.
So yeah, if at this you are a bit lost for ideas in what you can do, you can make the journey to the east.
Let's make our journey to the east.
Okay. I'll get the dice ready. One way or
Yeah.
another. One
You're
way
gonna
or
die.
The
another.
dice always get there, dude.
So, what items you guys get? I had them over here. You guys got the pants, you guys got the cloaks, some of you got amulets, you all got the better rings, and you all got the campsite.
Yes.
Okay. You begin your travel eastward. There are no issues for some time in travel.
Wow.
Actually, it's very surprisingly quiet in your first day of travel eastward.
Wow.
They're all still hiding from the Venedemons.
They've been spooked.
You all can rest, and with your new campsite, there are only a handful of things that can bother you in your sleep.
And one of those,
Oh,
Venedemons.
shit. And one of them finds you. I mean, what?
Of course.
Well,
Why
it still
would
has
it?
to do certain things to see if it can actually find you, so.
You mean it has to time itself for Nikolai's watch?
Rude.
No, it has to figure out what's going on, so it could fail on this.
We're just timing it so it's thematic.
Oh, never mind.
Okay.
You're all fine. One of you will watch some elephants come around the area. And then
Like a lone
going down.
elephant?
No, there are. Hold on. I'll just roll it in the chat. There are about 5 elephants. There are 5 elements. The 5th one is love.
There you go.
Art.
Technically, according to that movie, the 5th one is making out with some random woman you've traveled with for only a couple of days, but
Multipass.
multipass. You guys can, sorry. Breaking down today. You can, you'll see the elephants pass by, and you can awake in the morning, gather together the camp, and make your way eastward. Even further. As you travel along, there will be nothing to bother you for once again quite a while until it's all good until the next evening. You guys are getting very lucky going eastward. Seems almost strange.
Too good to be true.
You rest again, and over the night are unbothered until you will once again happen upon the Pegasi.
Hey!
They land there. Look to the 5 of you as you approach. Of course, unable to speak, unable to understand your words.
Oh, hello. It is good to see you again. I'm glad you're well.
I use some of my stag communication techniques.
It does not understand stag.
Oh, damn it.
It only knows common.
Only knows common. What's wrong with that elf over there? I thought they knew shit.
Have you seen many creatures around? We've not encountered very many. Is there... What about the city to the east? Are they okay? Well, I don't suppose that you'd be willing to help us again, would you?
Are they like, their wings kind of like go up like a shrug?
If only, who's doing the talking here?
Well, in this case,
Well-
these are intelligent animals, so
No.
the person with
was,
diplomacy is probably the better person to be doing this than the people
Okay.
without.
I'll back off.
You see, we are trying to get to a city to the north. However, we don't have a way to travel. Would you be willing to carry us to the north?
It like moves its neck and gestures towards the stag.
Oh. I'll look at Constog. Do you have a way of carrying your companion?
I unfortunately do not.
Oh, poor country. This is just abandonment on every level.
Does she not fit in the plentiful pants?
No.
Let me just stuff my stag in my pants.
Let ask.
This is how one gets.
I thought there
ejected
was a
from
second level
statements
druid
like that.
spell that would allow that to happen.
I didn't think about needing it, so I didn't bother to remember it this morning.
You mean
I'm
the
just curious
druid
as to what
whose
the name
animal
of that
companion
spell
is the prime member of the combat force on the team? She didn't want to put in her pocket, her extra dimensional pocket.
So I will say to Constog. So, but you could potentially memorize that spell tomorrow morning.
I could certainly try.
So I will ask the Pegasus. I'll say, Pegasus, would you be willing to, perhaps, carry us in the morning? We have a solution to the stag, as you rightly pointed out. We should be able to carry the stag with us, if you don't mind waiting until the morning.
Oh, these Pegasus are the best.
Thank you. That would be so helpful.
Okay. So once again, you guys managed to luck into MacGuffin Pegasi. But it was strange that the whole trip for those 3 days to the east, there was not a single thing to fight you, and yet you'd only gone a few hours north of Harveston, and there were creatures all over.
I mean, there were elephants. We just didn't get fought by them.
Yeah. But in the morning, Constog, you can ready the spell. I believe the one that is being referenced is Carry Companion.
Yep.
And you guys can mount up on the horse, on the Pegasi, and they can fly you on their way. So that is, I'm going to cut the trip down by a factor of 4. With the campsite, you'll basically be able to get there without any interruptions in just a few short days. 5 to be exact. You can land outside of North Point.
Thank you all so much.
Is there something we can do to show our appreciation?
Go to war with the unicorns for them.
Bring us the horn of several unicorns.
Well, please, if there's ever any of you in need, we will be more than happy to help.
Thank you so much.
Yep, they will fly off.
This is the difference between me and Steve. Steve knows I would then have a combat encounter where you had to fight for the Pegasus.
I mean, at this point, they've helped us out enough that I would gladly go to war for the Pegasus.
Like,
Yeah, but
we
it
got
turns
these-
out it's an unjust war.
Yeah, we got these fawns that keep coming to our glade. We want them dead. Pegasus are kind of rough.
The city of North Point is a much more bustling and vibrant city, but it is also a city that is very rustic looking in nature.
And oddly devoid of horses.
No, actually, there are horses that roam about the streets, people roaming about the streets. There is a lot to this city.
I feel like rustic. I feel like it's like there's a lot of hearty soups for sale. I don't know why that like pops in my head.
Too many Panera ads or something?
I think so. I think that's what I think of now when I think of rustic is like a Panera bread ad where it's like, you know, our rustic such and such, and it's like this is just bread.
As Kent starts to make his way towards North Point, this is where the Avatar used to live. The city of North Point. The city where he founded a business, found the people that he traveled with.
Yes, it's in the unwritten unwritten books of the Avatar. We call them the Drunken Chronicles.
Stories that were carried on by other people. Who knows if they're true or not true?
Yeah, they don't know because it's just stuff he said while he was drunk.
But yeah, as you look at this place, you do recognize it as a place that people have described, and start to recall now why that name felt familiar. As the 5 of you enter the city, there are no guards that seem to come harass you upon entry, no rangers that want to see what you were doing out in the fields. Just a city with people moving about there day to day.
Well, this is an interesting place.
Seems suspicious.
Would I be able to see any guards around?
There are guards around periodically. You'll see a few people like dressed in some breastplate, with a little like insignia on it of what looks like kind of a star at the top of like a steeple.
I will approach one and say, pardon me, may I trouble you for a moment of your time?
Well met, young miss. Yes, what can I do for you?
Hi, I'm actually looking for the Landshark Mining Company.
Been out of business for a long time.
No, that's not good.
Long
no.
time.
Do you happen to know Gold Formian?
What?
I'm supposed to speak to someone named Gold Formian?
It's no one I've ever heard of. What you may want to do is inquire at the new owners of the property of the Landshark Mining Company.
Oh, I see. Would you be able to direct me? I'm new in town, you see.
Certainly. Currently, it's being held by a company that we refer to as Fortress Holdings. They are a company that specializes, apparently, in holding on to properties owned by heroes through history.
Oh, I see. Well, I appreciate the information, and I will hand him a gold.
I'm not allowed to take money, ma'am.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Wow, I really appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome. It'll be right that way.
Thank you.
You can move through the streets of North Point, eventually making it to a building. A very tall building with the words in big kind of block letters, Fortress, on the front of it.
Is there gonna be like a ski lodge where people start getting murdered once a night?
What is that in reference to?
The game that we played.
Oh. Not every holdings company is RJ Holdings.
So does it look open? Like I could just go in?
Looks open.
Okay. I will go in.
Yeah.
I'll follow because I want to see how this goes.
You can all go in if you all want together or separate, however. As you step in, it goes from the sort of rustic feel that you have out in the city streets to a very... That's the wrong music. Hold on. We get the right music queued up, or the right sounds queued up. There start to be a lot of loud noises and activity on the inside. Some various tones from various things as people move about the room. There are desks with people seated at them. A small area with like couches that you could sit at to wait. And a woman stands at a small table. Would you please sign in and let us know what your reason for being here is?
Oh, yes, certainly. I will... is there like a book, I guess? Or...
Yes.
Okay. I will sign the book. I'll just sign it with my name, Brianna, and friends.
Thank you.
Do you need everybody's name, or is mine
Everyone who
sufficient?
plans to visit with somebody should sign in, please.
Oh, okay. I'll look around. Do you guys want to also?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. So I will then scratch that out and put Brianna, and I'll just put like everybody's names on there.
No. You're misunderstanding, miss. I need each person to sign in.
Okay.
Let me. Is Common not your primary tongue? Let me try Elvish. And she'll repeat it in Elvish.
I will say.
Thank her for talking in Elvish. Why not?
I will respond in Elvish. Of course, I speak many languages.
Oh, good. Then please follow directions.
I will then cross out everything but my name.
Hold on. She'll pick up like the sheet of paper and she'll like crumple it up and she'll reach down somewhere and pull out another sheet of paper and put it down on the table. Oh, there.
Okay. I will write down my name.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will look at her and I'll say, I actually am not quite sure who I should speak with. Perhaps I can...
oh my god. What guides people like you into here? Why would you come into an establishment like this without knowing what we are? If you don't know what this is, don't come inside.
Well, you see, you are occupying where we really would like to go, which is the Landshark Mining Company.
So put down that you want to talk to someone about the Landshark Mining Company. It's one of the many assets we hold, but I don't know why you tell me that you don't know what you're here about if you do know what you're here about.
Well, actually, I said I didn't know whom I would need to speak with.
But I didn't ask you to tell me whom you needed to speak with. I asked you to put down why you're here.
Pardon me, I speak bureaucracy. I apologize for my friend. She's a free spirit and lives life as it occurs. I realize your time is very valuable and you are doing a great job here. We will all be glad to sign in. Who could we speak to about the Landshark Mining Company?
Just put down what you wish to speak to the people about, and we will identify who is available to speak with you about it, and you can do so.
Thank you. You are most efficient.
Thank you.
And I'll just sort of smile at her and I'll say, it might lead to fewer mistakes if you just answer someone's questions without being upset. And I'll just put Landshark Mining Company.
It might lead to fewer mistakes if you just listen to what the person is saying and do what they ask you.
So how about that local sports team? What a pleasant woman, very efficient.
Of course, Erasmus would think that.
Straight to the point.
Yeah, so you all can write down your names, the reason you're here.
I write down horsepower after my name.
Okay.
I knew he was going to do that.
I want Kent to speak with this woman.
Well, Kent's already heard what happened, so... Alright, so 4 of you will be taken to meet with somebody. Kent, on the other hand, is taken to meet with somebody else. So before we get to the meat and potatoes of things, let's do a little bit of what happens because Kent wrote down horsepower. Kent, you are walked over to a desk where a well-dressed gentleman is seated and looking over some papers. He'll stand up and extend a hand to you. Good evening, or afternoon. He'll take your hand and shake. Welcome to Fortress. I hear you're interested in getting yourself some horsepower.
Yes, I would like to learn the spell for horsepower.
I believe there must have been some misunderstanding then. I thought you were looking to purchase yourself a farm.
No, the spell for horsepower. It said what to inquire about. I assumed I was inquiring about the spell for horsepower.
Well, we can help you acquire more horsepower. How many horses do you want to acquire?
As many as the spell will allow me to produce.
I'm not familiar with this spell. Please tell me about this spell. And I will help you achieve your goals of achieving horsepower without needing to resort to magic.
No, that's what I'm looking for. I'm trying to resort to magic to produce horsepower, so I don't need horses.
Help me to help you, to help me to help you.
So I think by chance you're in the wrong place. We specialize in land holdings, not spell holdings.
It just said who to talk to about what, and I just assumed you could help me.
Did Linda not help you properly?
Linda said to write down my name and who I wanted to talk to about what. She wouldn't tell us who we were going to talk to, and they all wanted to talk about some land shark and mining thing, but I'm really interested in learning about how to spell for horsepower, so.
Well, this is the wrong place for that. I'll have to talk with Linda. If you could, if you're looking, there is a wizard, there is a establishment with some wizards at it a few blocks over. Maybe they could help you with the spell of horsepower.
What's that called?
Wands and things.
Wands and things. Okay. I take out a book and I write down wands and things.
Okay.
Wands, staffs, and beyond.
All right, so you can write that down. The other 4 of you are brought over to a desk. Each of you will be greeted with a bow by the person behind it. He'll offer you each to take a seat and wait for you to sit down before taking a seat himself.
Greetings.
Hello. I hear you're looking at information about gaining ownership potentially to the old land shark mines.
Well, in truth, we're actually trying to find someone. We're trying to find someone that used to work there, Gold Formian.
There's no such person that used to work there. The Land Shark Mining Company, a long time ago, used to be owned by some of the most prestigious people that ever grew up in North Point. They helped the city become a big and important part of the country.
Did they just say prestigious?
Yes.
Do you have any statues of large ants?
I'm sorry.
Looking
What?
at Erasmus like, what?
A gold formian is a formian. The standard word is ant. I was thinking maybe there's an actual train of logic here for a change.
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe it's a monument of some kind.
No such monument existed. Listen, the Landshark Mining Company was owned for quite some time, but all of the owners separated and went about their own deeds. None of them chose to remain in North Point afterwards. The land slowly was re-given to the state and then auctioned off, wherein we were able to provide the greatest sum for the property, and ownership was transferred to us.
What is the value of the Landshark Mining Company?
Well, what we paid for it and the value are much different. We have evaluated the value of the property, considering it is a mining operation and owned by some of the greatest heroes in this country. And so we evaluate it to be worth about 300 gold per square feet.
Wow.
We aren't necessarily interested in purchasing it. We were actually sent by someone who said they had an old base in the tunnels.
No, that's not true. No one lives in the tunnels. If they did, then we would have found them. We sent people down there to look at things.
How long have you owned the Landshark Mining Company?
We have owned the property for several dozen years.
This is a wizard of a couple of centuries old, so we could be talking about something in the very far past. Or I suppose potentially the future, right?
Well, perhaps we will speak with our person that hired us to come out here and see how they wish to proceed.
Certainly.
Can we view the holdings? Is that allowable?
Yes, I can have, if you want to make an evaluation of the area yourselves, I can schedule a meeting time for you to meet with someone there, and they will be happy to show you around the area. I must let you know it is in a bit of disrepair. In fact, it was never really built back up for mining conditions.
Is it being sold as is?
It is, indeed.
And yet still worth 300 gold a square foot?
It is the property of legendary heroes.
Yeah,
Well,
but if it's
what would happen if one of these legendary heroes were to return and want to reclaim their property?
They have all, at this point, perished, or are no longer reachable. When we attempted to reach out to any of them, we found that we could not contact any one of them. We believe one of them worked at a school, one of them started his own city, one of them moved out to a farm, another started his own fortress of training.
What is there a place that we can learn about these heroes?
Yes, of course.
In the hearts of the citizenry.
There is, in fact, a museum dedicated to them here.
Oh, very good.
Well, we might actually, check that out since we're looking at such a storied property.
Okay.
Perhaps we could go ahead and schedule that appointment to look over the property.
Certainly. How's 6 days from now?
Holy shit! I guess that's what we're doing.
You have nothing sooner.
No, that is the soonest I have.
Well, then I suppose that will do.
All right, I will.
Can you let us know if there are any cancellations?
Certainly. Where can I reach you at?
Just check back in.
Very well. So additionally, this would be at second sun's rise.
All right.
And
Brianna's writing down the details of that.
I have the 4 of your names down.
We'll probably be joined by a 5th. Should I give you his name as well?
Yes, please.
His name is Kent.
Yes.
Shafia.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I will shake his hand.
Yep.
And where's the museum?
2 blocks east.
Okay.
You can't miss it. It is called the Museum of the Heroes.
Is there like a how we're doing place where I can fill out a glowing card on their efficiency and?
There is, if you look about for long enough, there's like a how are we doing card.
I'll fill that out.
I will take one of those and probably fill out an opposite review of Erasmus.
Man, poor Linda.
I will know what's going on and will actually begin mine with despite my companions. I had an excellent time.
Okay. Yeah, you guys can head up. Kent, are you waiting before you go to this place, or you're just going to go straight to this place?
I was waiting for them.
Okay.
So
yeah,
I assumed I was just wondering where they went. And now I'm just waiting for them to come back.
The 4 of them will finally meet you back at the front. Yeah.
Kent, where have you been?
I went to go find out about horsepower.
Well, now we're going to a museum, so maybe they have something about horsepower there.
Is it a horsepower museum?
It's a museum for the heroes of the city.
Oh, okay.
Can we take a quick break before we visit the museum?
Absolutely. That was my plan. So let's go ahead and take a short break, and when we get back, we'll find out more about the heroes of the city. See you shortly.
Boy.
So, the party makes its way down the road until they reach the Museum of the Heroes.
All right.
Standing out front is a statue of a familiar person. Very familiar person to all of you. A statue of Candor.
Is it a gold statue?
It is not a gold statue.
Okay. I'll say, hey, look, guys.
When you get close to the statue will turn and look to you, and it will tell you the weather. And recent and breaking news of the area.
What is the recent and breaking news?
As of yesterday, they just completed the renovations on a building in blah blah blah, and it just kind of like goes on and on about this building. And then once it finishes the news, it says, "Welcome to the Museum of Heroes." The Museum of the Heroes.
And who are these heroes?
Who indeed are these heroes? As you head in, you can learn about each of the heroes. The heroes there's like various different things about the accomplishments and who they started off as and what the dilemma was. So you'll learn that many, many years ago, there was a when the country first began, the country had a prohibition. Anything that would be of an evil alignment, or anything that would like perform acts evil enough to move them into detectability as evil, they would become sort of stuck in the position they're at, almost as if frozen in time. People would then be collected and put on boats when they met these conditions and brought to other countries to live out the rest of their lives. The heroes had gradually discovered that there was an issue with demons being able to find their way into the country using magical rings, which made them unable to have an alignment be shown, their alignment be detected. The heroes fought this problem with the aid of the prestigious and ever useful technology produced from Blacksmith Inc. And doing so, they were able to drive back the forces of the demons by merging together two things which would help the country be able to better identify problems, not simply based on alignment, but based on alignment and acts. The head and the heart. The heart was what used to be referred to as the country's innate ability, the head used to be referred to as the country's innate ability to identify evil and stop it, and the heart, the ability for it to detect intention of action. This party started off with one group of people. However, Blacksmith Inc. would enlist the aid of one of these people to be a permanent fixture in helping them track down these creatures. This person had an innate power to peer into the minds of others, and this power would be used by Blacksmith Inc. to give them the ability to work beyond magical protections to be able to peer in the minds of others from great distances. In that person's stead would come the person who would reforge the eight and bring back one of the most pivotal gods in history. And after his retirement, he would retire away to a farm and live out the rest of his life. The other heroes, Jericho Carbinger, would form a fort where he would dedicate himself to training soldiers in the event such a terrible situation would occur once again. Come on, brain. Don't do this to me.
Don't look to me for names.
Nope. I'm really annoyed that I'm blanking on it. There is Kara Bombadil is the creator of Mearachd University. She wanted to found a university dedicated to the study of magic and the study of especially magic as it pertains to the development of people with an interest in Sascha. And she was a big name in helping spread word of Sascha using pamphlets.
Oh, nice.
Many people, many collectors out there still have a copy of those pamphlets to this day. Why am I blanking?
Does the museum have one?
The museum does have a pamphlet. And on the front it says, "Have you heard the good word of Sascha?"
Why, yes, I have.
God damn it, why am I spacing on Clarence's character's name again? This has happened to me like so many times. I remember his kid's name, but not the parent's name. Hold on. It's in one of my notes.
Alluvial is his name currently.
Yeah, that's
Alluvial.
different character.
Sus for sure.
Corthus.
Also just like hard to nickname.
Corthus Heater, who started off as a lowly hide merchant living on the outskirts of North Point. And
Hide merchant, eh?
And he and his loyal friend, who would eventually become his lover, would move on to form the city of Halron, an empire devoted to the magic and technology pursuits of Father Dearest, and proving that you can make a perfectly secure city against all threats. It is advertised here that Halron, Halron is no longer accepting new people. Halron is a virtual utopia. Everyone's needs are cared for. No one ever has to worry about food or shelter or the threat of things. And to prove even so much that they could produce a city that needed no help, the city of Halron was built in the desert, a place with great threats and a place with no regular access to the regular commonplace needs of society, but still it thrives.
Is this like a propaganda thing?
It does sort of feel that way.
I'll kind of say, if anybody's going to know about horsepower, it's going to be this Halron place.
At the end of the journey, though, there will be a sign that says, like, this museum brought to you by by Blacksmith Inc.
Oh boy.
And if I ever at any point said Father Dearest, I meant to say Blacksmith Inc., but I often interpose those two names.
Well, they have similar missions.
They do have similar missions.
Well, that was enlightening.
So what do we know about these? Can we make some rolls about some of these organizations?
Sure.
I don't...
Knowledge locals can be given for these organizations.
Who has knowledge locale? I just realized I probably don't.
Not like that, Nikolai. Nope. I'll also allow a knowledge history separately. Okay, Constag. I'll go through this kind of in order. So, Brianna, you're being not necessarily from around here. It's harder for you to know. But you do know that Blacksmith Inc. is you've heard the name a few times before. They do specialize in, like, high-end magical stuff. Nikolai, you know that Blacksmith Inc. is always looking for new people to try out their new and innovative magical items. Items which bring profound power to their wielder and can help truly change the world. And Konstag, you will know that there are a great number of people that don't trust Blacksmith Inc. Many people believe that Blacksmith Inc. is a very selfish organization whose goals do not ally with the country, and that the country has put too much faith in the actions of Blacksmith Inc. Blacksmith Inc. But I never mentioned Father Dearest, so there is no Father Dearest. You don't know anything about Father Dearest.
Fair enough.
So I'm going to suggest to Erasmus that perhaps we should write a detailed letter to Candor, and tell him what we found. Maybe describe the museum and the fact that apparently he can tell the weather and local news.
I will definitely write that up.
And also that maybe the price that they want, the 300 GP per square feet, as well as that we have a tour arranged for 6 days from now. It was the earliest we could get a tour of the property. Maybe he could tell us where to look.
Okay. Some messages.
Okay, yeah.
Go ahead. Are you gonna say it just as you said, or is there anything?
Dearest Candor, we have arrived safely in thanks to the timely intervention of Pegasus. We visited the company that now owns, and I'll give and they also wanted to know if we wanted to buy the property for 300 gold piece a square foot. Does not seem like a good thing. We were sent to a museum where your likeness. What was the likeness in? Just a regular statue?
It was stone. Yeah.
Stone statue tells the weather and local news. Very informative. And then I'll talk about what we see at the museum that was brought by Blacksmith Inc.
Okay. For the first couple of paragraphs, he's complaining about the material they made the statue out of and how it was supposed to have been made out of a better material. Stone is not what he had asked for. They could have, if they were going to choose a stone, they could have at least chosen marble or even granite. But just if you don't even know what the stone is, and it just goes on for a little bit. And he's like, Blacksmith Inc. They're really evil. Don't work with them. They have nothing but selfish intent. If they ever offer you anything, say no. Just say no. Just say no. Just say no. And then he says, I didn't tell you to buy it. I told you to go down in there.
I'm gonna write. Well, we had to take a tour, and I didn't know if you wanted to speculate on your own property.
I don't know what's down there. I don't know if it's the same. I told the Formians to the gold Formian to cover it up.
Okay. Well, we're taking a tour.
You should probably lose the tour guide then.
Got it. Do you want to accidentally knock the statue over, or?
No, don't do that. Don't do that. I'll eventually write them a stern letter and get them to change it.
Stern letters do get things done.
So, can you ask Candor, are we supposed to find the gold Formian, but when we're on the tour, we're supposed to go off the beaten path or something?
We're supposed to lose the tour guide.
And that will somehow help us find this gold Formian?
Yeah, I'm going to write in large letters. Do you know where the gold Formian is at on the property?
In the deepest part of the mines. I assume that he'll probably have walled it over. So if you find whatever path leads to the deepest part, then you'll just need to get past the stones that are there.
How are we supposed to do this safely?
What do you mean? You're adventurers. You're substantials. You'll figure it out. Just like I didn't really expect you all to walk to North Point, and you didn't. You took Pegasi. Just like I said, you're substantials. There will always be another way.
All right, you know what? I like this plan. lacks consideration. So, let's do it. I'm looking forward to this tour. Let's see this whirlwind city of North Point.
Also, we should probably see about finding an inn or someplace to
Yeah, we'll need an inn. We'll need a place to stay.
Huh?
We could ask about excavation tools. Maybe carry some excavation tools with us.
That won't be suspicious at all.
Well,
we have our pants. We can put our tools in our pants.
Now we can say that. We can stuff excavation tools in our pants. I am happy to see you, and that is a miner's pick. It's legit now.
Yeah, you guys can go around. You can pick up any sort of mining equipment you want to, any sort of mining tools, basic mining tools you want to carry with you, and keep them in your pants.
Would there be a place where I could find, like, say, perfume that gives me bonuses to my charisma?
Certainly. You can buy it according to the price listed in the PHB.
Okay. Also, whenever we find the inn that we're going to sleep at, I think we should maybe go over strategy.
Okay.
Okay.
There are a few different inns here in town, but I think one of them will call to you more than any other. The White Pegasus Inn.
Oh, yeah.
We have to stay there.
It's like it was made for us. We will have no choice but to stay at the White Pegasus Inn.
The White Pegasus is a very, cool-toned place. As you come in, lots of very light colors, a little bit of white, a little bit of blue, and a little bit of birchwood make up the overall look of the place.
Sounds kind of Greek.
Very soft, very quiet as you get inside. Pleasant, some might say.
Hello there.
Hello.
My companions and I are looking for maybe a couple of rooms where we could stay the night.
Our rooms are single occupancy or couples. They only have one bed.
Okay. Then we will need 5 rooms.
Very good then. How long will you be staying with us?
At least for the week, I would say.
Very well. Okay. So 10 days.
Oh, that's right. It's 10 days here. No, I'm sorry. Probably at least 6 days.
Okay. Very good. And I noticed there is a stag. Is it properly trained?
Oh, yes. He's very well trained.
Good. That will come...
Better than many humans.
That will come out to...
I'm waiting.
That will come out to 6 gold total.
For all of us or each?
For all of you.
Oh, wonderful.
We pride ourselves on our efficiency of cost and value, but we will need you to, each of you to place your hand here, and they'll slide a smooth, polished piece of glass in front of you. You'll be able to, when you place your hand on this will register your room to you. You may then place your hand on your door as you turn the door handle, and the door will unlock and open specifically for you.
I'll cover everyone's room costs for the trip.
Oh, thank you, Nikolai.
How much is the morning breakfast?
Breakfast is included with your stay.
Oh my.
I will, before you make this agreement, I will need you to read over our terms and conditions.
Erasmus, you should read them.
They hand you a 40-page document.
I'm reading it.
Reading it. Give me a intelligence check.
Alright.
Ooh.
Did I blow it?
Yeah, you got an 8. There is a lot here, and things like infer certain things from other paragraphs. Some further down the document, some further up the document. It is a lot to read.
Kent, could you take a look at this document? It's written in creative use of logic.
Would knowledge law help me?
Knowledge law would help you here. Yes.
Oh, cool.
Can I read it first, though?
Yeah. Yeah, so there's something about this that does make a little bit of sense as you're reading through it, but it's so long.
I start scribbling on the back page. I get bored.
Okay,
sir.
What?
All
right, hold on. My compatriot, you have knowledge law?
I do.
Okay. Feel free to take a look at this document. It's exceedingly long for a hotel contract.
Yeah, you can read through it. Essentially, part of the agreement that you are agreeing to here and taking out the rooms is that the White Pegasus has the right to keep track of who you are. Anything that you store in your room will go into their register of items that were contained within the room. Essentially, imagine, if you will, that there are cameras that don't take pictures of you, but take pictures of everything you own, and then keep log of all those things. It's essentially the equivalent of monitoring everything you do online, but in this case, monitoring everything you do in your hotel room.
Oh, I see. So you keep track of everything I own, I assume, for liability purposes?
Sort of. I suppose you haven't gotten to page 35 yet.
Oh, well, let me flip over to page 35.
They also own the right to offer Creative Marketing Solutions, a company that exists here in North Point, an itinerary of the items that you store, and allow Creative Marketing Solutions to deliver customized flyers directly to your room each morning, along with your daily tailored newsletter.
Oh, how thoughtful. Tailoring a newsletter to our interests.
Yes. We are very interested in making sure that people have the greatest experience they can in their time in North Point.
How algorithmic.
Thank you.
Do you allow people to perform here?
Perform?
Yes, I'm a bard.
No, we don't have live performances. We're not really put together for that kind of thing. We're all about efficiency.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Wouldn't it be more efficient if someone was just performing as they came in?
No, it's more efficient the way we have it now. Do you hear the music, the pleasant music playing in the background? We don't have to pay anyone for that.
Not to.
Very catchy. Very catchy. Makes one feel at home.
Well, I think this is agreeable.
It could be more efficient if you played.
Thank you, Kent. I will
Efficiency,
efficiency. We brought our own music. See, that's efficient.
Well, that's just we could say. Are we allowed to, if we keep the noise down? Are we allowed to play music in our room?
If we get repeated reports, we will have to ask you to leave the establishment.
Okay, so we just have to go around asking people not to report us. Got it.
Sure, if that will work for them.
We could always just make sure all our rooms are around each other and have Brianna's room in the center. Or, yeah, is that your character's name now? Because I can't remember which character is which.
It's Brianna.
Okay, all right. And then that will take care of it because we'll be the ones right there.
All right. Well, I will agree to these terms, and I'll put my hand on the glass that's offered.
Yeah, it will light up for a moment. Your room is number 207.
207. I'll put my hand on the glass.
Excellent. Your room is number 305.
Well, that defeats that. Okay.
She agrees to the terms, so I'll put my hand on the glass.
Okay. The glass very specifically, there's signage in place that says like touching the glass is you adhering to the agreement. Okay.
This is me agreeing to her agreement.
You put your hand on there and it says fear is the little mind killer. You will not fear.
Your room is 105.
I'll go next.
Your room is 202.
Boy, I'm all by myself on the 3rd floor there.
301.
All right.
Thank you. Do enjoy your stay.
Thank you. We will.
All right. When you head up to your rooms, you will find that in each of your rooms there is a little flyer on your bed telling you all about the great things that you can do here in North Point, all the wonderful places you can eat. You'll notice, like, as you start like setting down your stuff, the places on the list sort of change slowly from one thing to another based on the things that you're carrying on you.
They have a rave.
They do. Well, not a rave, but there is a dance party that is going on in a club in North Point nearby.
Oh, that's fun.
Erasmus, you will get the location of local libraries, as will Konstag. Nikolai will get creative therapy and counseling solutions for people with anger management issues. As well as a number of vegetarian restaurants. And Kent. Kent, every time you look at this thing, it has different listings on it.
I start notating them, picking out a book and just writing them down as they appear and then disappear and putting checks next to them as they disappear.
Okay. Eventually, you'll basically have a listing of about probably an eighth of the various places you can go to get food or some measure of entertainment here.
Is there a banana flies?
There is not a banana flies. They are not a chain.
They have their own chain called Cherry Blossoms.
Cherry Ticks.
Cherry Ticks.
Nope.
All right, so I assume this room
Strawberry Beetles.
I assume this room is vaguely lovely.
It is. It is a pleasant little room. Has like a little desk, a little bed, side table, a chair.
Does it have a bathroom, or are those communal?
No, it does have a bathroom. Stop that.
What Pegasi was it?
I'm just going down the list.
Pegasus.
White Pegasi. Brianna is going to wash the filth of the road off and kind of put on a nice outfit.
Yeah. The water.
I'm just going to check to make sure things aren't tied down.
Everything is like sort of stuck in place, except the chair.
Right. Trying to fit his chair in his pants.
The chair will not fit. It is not dimensionally capable of doing so.
Huh.
In theory, imagine you have a pair of pants with an elastic waistband that only goes out so far. So anything you could fit down your elastic waistband pants, you can get in there. A chair is not going to fit down a pair of pants with an elastic waistband that will also stay on your waist.
So if I take the pants off first...
They don't activate if they're taken off. You have to be in the pants in order to put things into the pants.
So if I put one arm in the pants...
They have to be on your legs. They are a leg slot item.
So, if I put my feet in the bottom of the pants.
Ooh, yeah.
Do they have
feet through the bottom of the leg holes going up and in? Then I should be able to wrap it over the chair.
That will also not work. Because it has to be put into it.
Do they have stationery he could steal, or perhaps a book of Sascha or something?
They do have a book of Sascha, in fact.
Which I simply leave on the table because it's Shashat. Why would I take Shashat? I have the 8.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sure you can still steal towels or something, Ken.
During the time that you're here, are there any like things in particular that you want to do while you wait for the next 6 days to pass?
I'm gonna look up the history of the mine, the Landshark Mining Company, see if anybody's written anything about going down in the mines. Look up anything about Formians. Try to find out any kind of research on any topic.
There's nothing about Formians anywhere. The Landshark Mining Company mine never really got going. When they bought it, it was a failed mining operation because when people were mining in it, people were randomly, like, there were people falling dead. They would like have a crew go in, and then when time was up, the crew didn't come out.
Wow.
The party later on had said that there were like constructs that were in there that were killing the people. But then they shortly after that took ownership of the mine.
Constructs, eh?
Yeah.
Might want to make a note of that task, Candor.
I am going to make a note of that.
Brianna, I think, is just going to focus maybe on some of the fun activities that they, like the dance party and that kind of thing. She also wants to, at some point, strategize with the party of ways we can distract the tour guide. And as I said, she probably would be maybe looking for the charisma perfume in town.
No problem.
Charisma perfume. That should be a line. Charisma perfume.
You can easily find the perfume, no problem. There are a number of... There's a couple of different clubs you'll get ads for at various different times. Each of them is a little bit different in the nature of music that they play. But you'll notice that here, like, it's not as lively, it's not as active. It's more like going to a bar where people dance than it is like going to a place where people dance where there happens to be alcohol.
Okay.
What about Kent Konstag and Nikolai?
I am going to start by looking for any place I can do some magical research into horsepower.
Yes, you can visit that magical place, but they have nothing. Like you can come in and ask about your spell of horsepower, but they will tell you that there's no such spell called horsepower.
And then I want to take and see if I can find blacksmith ink.
Okay. We'll jump back to you in just a sec. Nikolai and Konstag, what do you want to do?
Well, I'd like to check out some of the vegetarian restaurants they so kindly suggested for me, and ignore their shit about anger management counseling. What did that go? What do I have on me that suggests that?
You're not sure, actually. There actually seems to be, like, I would think that would probably, like, make you a bit uncomfortable, right?
I mean,
so I missed something when I was taking care of the washer. What happened? Nikolai has anger management in the
has listings for ads for anger management. Yeah,
on my newsletter.
Oh, what did I get? Did I get anything about obsessive compulsive personality?
You got libraries.
Okay.
So they have at the bottom a complaint line, or a location where you can file a complaint.
A complaint just seems like it would reinforce what they already think.
Mark this ad unhelpful.
Let me just get some good vegetarian food. What do they have?
There are a lot of really interesting places. In fact, each day you're offered up 3 different options to choose from. And you can get your such desired buffalo cauliflower.
Oh my.
From a restaurant that specializes in different ways to serve cauliflower.
Oh man, I'm gonna go back to that place.
Okay.
Is it called Kala Power?
No, I hate that name. I hate it so much.
It's called the cauliflower. It's got a big cauliflower head on it.
I haven't come up with a name for it.
Broccolis.
And what is Constog doing during this time?
Am I only given suggestions for libraries?
You are only given suggestions for libraries. And, I'm sorry, and probably like the zoo.
You know where you should go? You seem like an outdoorsy type. The zoo.
Great.
Oh, and some parks will occasionally come up periodically.
I'm gonna go to a park and like ride in the park.
Okay.
What about a place I can practice my slinging at and look into magical sling stones? See if anybody has trick sling stones.
Yeah, you can look for things like that. You really probably won't. You won't really come up with much. Slings are not really a popular weapon in these parts, so there's not a lot of support. Not a lot of halflings in this area.
Not a lot of halflings.
Does the book on the stag that Erasmus have also give him ads for the zoo?
Oh yeah, that is a good point. You would probably get an ad for the zoo as well at some point.
You know what? On the second day, I'm gonna look in that library to see if they have any books on communicating with animals.
Okay.
Especially like equines.
There are books about how to better like relate with animals.
Okay. I'm gonna look and I'm gonna read ones especially for things like ratings like stags and pegasi and you know, and you know I will look I will take a side trip, although brief. Can ants be used as beasts, giant ants be used as beasts of burden? You know, just for my curiosity to see if that we could have actually done that.
Okay. I'll have to get back to you on the ants thing.
Yes.
But yeah, you can do some research, and over the next 6 days, let me double check something here. Do you have any ranks in Handle Animal?
Me, no.
Double checking something real quick.
I'm thinking of taking a rank in it because I have a weird idea that just popped into my head.
So if you want, you can over the course of the next 6 days, you can reassign a number of skill ranks equal to your intelligence bonus to Handle Animal if you would like. Up to your intelligence bonus. I think I said equal to, but it's up to. But you have to move them from from other skills to that skill.
I gotcha.
So you can think on that.
I already know what I'm going to move a point from appraise and a point from knowledge engineering because I'm almost never using them, and I'm going to put 2 in Handle Animal.
All right. This will certainly help you communicate better with the stag. So, Kent, you head over to a big, what looks sort of like an anvil-shaped building, the home of Blacksmith Inc.
Ooh. I'll be right back.
Is he going by himself?
Yeah. Change up the music here. Find this track real quick. I always have a problem finding this track. I never thought I would need to use it here. Part of it. Three. You arrive at the door. It is open to the public. Do you wish to proceed in?
I walk in. Thank you very much.
It's a very small room with a man seated behind a desk. He is a well-dressed man, and he is calm as he looks at you. Hello.
Hello.
I believe you are Kent Shafia. Is that correct?
Wow, that was cool. How'd you do that?
We know a lot of things.
Then you know why I'm here.
That we're never quite certain of. Sometimes we think we might know, but we prefer to leave it to the customer to make the decision.
Oh, but what do you think? I want to see what you think.
You've been inquiring a lot about a thing called horsepower.
Yes, but not exactly why I'm here.
Ah, so what are you here for?
I know that you guys like specialize in letting people try out new things, right?
Yes, we do indeed.
All right. I was wondering if you need any volunteers for something that allows people to not look for secret passages, but passages that have been obscured, like maybe filled back in, to made look like they weren't there at one time. So like look for hollows on the other sides of walls and stuff. And I'm looking for like a combo device that if it finds it, the ability to then cut through that wall.
We have a device that helps people find secrets. Yes.
Yeah, I guess it would be a secret.
It would.
Yeah, it's not like it's like, I'm assuming it's not like a hidden door. I'm assuming it's like an area that's been walled off.
Right. So looking for a hidden passageway wouldn't be the same as a secret passageway.
Sure, yeah, that makes total sense.
Well, this can be done. All you need to do is agree to our contract here.
And your contract is it 40 pages? Because I just read one this couple of days ago about a hotel. And
very plain.
I started doodling in the back, and then they took it away from me. And
a very plain contract, simply stating that you will test our equipment, and as part of being our test subject, you will be given our limited extended life policy.
Ooh, limited life.
No, limited extended life policy.
Oh, limited extended life.
Yes.
So I get to live longer?
We will ensure your life as best as possible for the duration of your testing time.
If I never stop testing it, I get to live forever?
Well, when we complete the product, you will be done with your testing time. But we like to use a reasonable amount of time to help with that. And during that time, should something happen to your physical form, we provide additional services to help recreate it and re-instill your essence into that form.
Ooh, like a golem?
No, it will be you yourself in your body.
It'll be a me golem.
You'll be in a humanoid form. Your same form now.
Yeah.
It will look.
Yeah, it'll look just like me, but a golem. That'll be cool.
No, it's like being raised or resurrected, but somewhat different.
Oh. Okay. But I can tell people I'm a golem, right?
You could always, of course, tell people whatever you wanted to.
I'm telling everybody I'm a golem.
Well, you'll have to wait till you die first.
Why?
Well, we don't bring you back until you're dead.
That's not how lies work.
Oh, well, I guess so be it. You can tell people you're a golem if that's what
awesome,
you
I'm a golem.
Good.
Golem.
Are you willing to sign?
Sure. Whose blood do I got to use? Yours?
Your
Somebody
own.
else's? Oh. Okay.
He sets down a pen that has like a little needle point on the end of it. Simply prick your finger and sign.
Finger, neck, eyeball.
Finger.
I was prepared to do something else.
Yep. When you do, you can write your name with the bloody pen or your finger itself, whichever you prefer.
I'm using my finger.
Okay. And as you do that, he will take out a monocle from a drawer behind him, and he will set it down on the table. This monocle can provide you with clarity wherever there are secrets. Now, simply because something goes on your eye doesn't mean it only works with your eye. The monocle can even see secrets that are spoken, or see secrets that don't exist. We may call upon you in the future to try to find very specific secrets. And if you find these secrets, we will
cut through them.
Automatically be recording these secrets for you.
Secret monocle detector.
It will be important that you bring the monocle back to us, and when you return the monocle, we will ask you for a reference of these secrets.
And how will that cut through the secret?
You will be able to see certain aspects of the secret as being a secret, and you will know the best or most efficient way to get through the secret if it is an easily solvable secret.
So if it's an easily solvable secret, it'll go right through it.
It will not go through it. You'll know how to get through it.
I'll know how to get through it.
If you're looking for something that overcomes secrets, we could offer you a different option.
No, let's run with this.
Okay.
I like this idea.
Just be warned, sometimes secrets are better kept as secrets.
Yeah. That's what you do with them.
Well, why don't you go ahead and try the monocle out, for example.
Right.
You put the monocle on, and in here he will like reach over and grab a small box and put the box in front of him. There's something in this box, and I don't intend to tell you what's in this box. And as he says that, you will see like a little pen silhouette starts to appear in your view where the box should be.
So you don't want me to know about the pen in the box?
Excellent. It works properly.
Excellent.
Yes.
So now I'll be able to find all the pens.
And as you say that, the monocle like pushes into your eye and fuses over top of your eye.
Dude!
Ew.
You now have like a sort of glass-coated eye.
Is it like visible that the monocle is there?
No, so the monocle is like recessed so far back, it makes your eye look a little bit bigger, and it has like a glass circle over where it is, but it's still like it's still mostly your eye. If somebody were getting up close, they would notice something has changed about your face, or like the party might notice that your eye looks a little bigger and a little more reflective.
But if I start crying, my vision gonna get all cloudy?
You cannot cry out of that eye.
So I won't be able to see out of that eye shortly.
No, because the water doesn't actually the water does not actually even happen in that eye. It is the magic is physically keeping the eye from that happening.
I thought I was gonna have to start spitting more. I read Neuromancer.
You'll be fine.
Why, thank you. This will come in quite handy.
Yes, I certainly bet it shall. But we would ask of one thing from you. As well, if you can. That book that you're carrying.
What book?
You know the book. The book that is so precious and important to you.
What book?
We'd like to see it.
No.
Very well.
Wasn't in the contract.
That's fine. We'll see it inevitably.
Inevitably.
Yes.
Okay. Probably, because you know I'm going to go back to my room and start reading the book with this. This is so cool!
Good luck.
So, you guys get ready to read!
Well, we won't read it now. We'll have to read it later. It is not
Okay.
a real-time thing. Unfortunately, this country has laws against real-time viewing of such objects.
Well, what if I give you permission to watch it read in real time?
Very explicitly made sure we're not allowed to do that.
Oh, so it's that kind of secret eye monocle thing.
Yes.
Oh. Okay, so no pay-per-view here.
No.
Okay.
But yeah, you have made an agreement with Blacksmith
He
Inc.
immediately goes back to his room and starts reading the book. He wants to see what else the book has to show him.
So you now cannot read the book properly. The problem is the lens. The lens lets you see through the secrets, and what it keeps telling you on every page is you need to work to make sure that the daemons can get here. You need to make sure the daemons can take over the country.
Well, that's not very nice.
But it's the secret.
That's the secret? Obey was the secret? What the hell, man?
You have, however, broken the spell of the book.
Good job, man.
But at what cost?
Oh.
At what cost?
It was pretty clever. I kind of figured out what you were doing. Like, I was like, oh.
No, you didn't figure out what I was doing because that's not what I was aiming for, but oh well.
Oh, I really thought you were. I was like,
No,
oh,
that's
he's gonna get his
not.
way.
Not what I was aiming for.
Oh, I was suitably
Happy
impressed.
side
I'm like,
effect.
uh-oh.
Except now I'm a little depressed.
Yeah, I was like, wow, that's very good. I thought for sure it wasn't going to work, too.
Let's go ahead and take this opportunity to bring things to a close. And when we come back next week, we will see a few other things that will transpire as a result of this, and then see what lies deep within the mines.
Wow.
Good night.
Nice.
Night.
Well, good job
Bye.
anyway.